Hello, 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 dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. As always, guys, thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, I encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there for more people, as well as keeping you accountable. For personal readings, a lot of information can be found down below in the description. So we have Gemini, Cancer, Cusp. What? What is it that you all I calm down. All I see. Okay. I see somebody, honestly, like it's almost. I really don't want to say the word tantrum, but it is coming out. That's what it wants to come out. Because that's the way that they're showing me. They're showing me almost kind of like, you know, when a kid has a tantrum and they just start throwing everything. And they're upset, and half the time they don't even know why they're upset. So my question to you is not so I and the way that I ask it is like, you know why you're upset, whether it is directly to just one single person or it's just the way things unfolded in a situation. But my question is, I didn't want to ask it, but okay, is it worth the is it I gotta laugh because they're showing me something in my head and I'm just like, okay, I can relate to this like 100%. Is it worth it is the question, right? And to put this into a a way that you guys can understand, if you know that something is detrimental, detrimental, I can't say the word now, detrimental to your health, whether it is physically, mentally, emotionally, etc., will you willingly do it? And if so, was that temporary satisfaction of getting angry or whatever to show somebody off or tell somebody off worth it? Because let's look at this, right? As many of you know, I was diagnosed with narcolepsy, with cataplexy, about a little bit over 6 years ago. According to doctors, I've had it my entire life undiagnosed. I think it has other connections with my spirituality, but that's another note. I do have a channel where I speak about my experience. And why I'm saying that is, my trigger this is a funny one, right? A lot of people's trigger for cataplexy attacks, which is when you lose muscle control of your body. Now, that can happen in one part of your body, like your arm, your legs, and it can be a full body. Now, if it is a full body experience, from my understanding, I've never had one. I have a child who had one once. I've had it from the waist down, and it is terrifying, right? I'm used to having it like in a hand or in an arm or whatever when I used to get them a lot, but because you're consciously awake. So imagine falling to the floor and having people freak out, and you're hearing and seeing everything, but it's almost kind of like you're literally paralyzed. It's like, if you guys don't know what cataplexy is, it's the same as sleep paralysis, but it happens while you are fully awake, but your body is acting as if you're sleeping. Okay, so what I want to say, why I was bringing that up is like, a lot of the triggers for people has to do with laughter. So it is brought on by emotion. So when people get like super excited and they start laughing and laughing and laughing, they'll tend to have a cataplexy attack. This one right here gets it when she gets angry, gets upset. And it does not only trigger cataplexy attacks, but also sleep attacks where I can't seem to wake up, right? And it's like I'm constantly like just like nodding off. And to me, the question is, right? That's why I asked. I was like, is it worth it, right? To me, my health and my well-being is more important than telling you off, telling them off, proving my point, defending myself, and all of this other stuff. And that's kind of like what you're being asked to look at this moment. Is it worth it? Because for me to spend an entire 24, 48 hours dealing with back-to-back cataplexy attacks and sleep attacks just because I wanted to throw a little tantrum, either because I misunderstood something or I didn't agree with something or because I got upset over what somebody said, did, or didn't do. Nah. We don't got time for that. And that's kind of like what you're being told. Like, is it worth it? Because a lot of you are still having you're throwing your little tantrum. And it's kind of like, okay, what are the effects after that tantrum, right? How are you feeling after that moment in time? Right? Are you getting headaches? Are you feeling drained? Are you feeling tired? Is it stopping you from progressing with your day? Is it stopping you from doing anything that you were doing or anything that you wanted to do? And the question then there comes, was it worth it? And if you answer yourself after that tantrum and after the emotion or the feelings or whatever it is that you are experiencing after that tantrum, if you say that it wasn't worth it, then next time you are in a similar situation, ask yourself before you act upon it. Because that's the thing is, like, we become aware of things, but it's not until we put the changes into play and we start taking actions towards those changes that we are actually evolving. Because you can be aware of a lot of things and not change anything. What's the point then? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like what you need to ask yourself this week. What, I don't know why this is pulling back so much. I think it's because of the bun. What is it? What battles are worth your time and energy and the effect that they have on you afterwards? And if you, and again, everybody is different. Everybody can handle different things. But it's kind of like, aren't you getting a little sick and tired of like always reacting and always having tantrums? I mean, let's put it this way. For those of you that are fighting with a significant other, because it does show this is a repetitive pattern. This is something that you're constantly like talking about, you're constantly arguing about, and nothing is changing. So if you're going at an issue with your significant other in the same exact way, and you're not seeing a different result, and is ending up in the same exact way, that is by definition the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. So if you want a different outcome and whatever it is that is getting you into this point where you are throwing a tantrum, then try something different. It's that simple. Right? We ourselves, and when I say we talk about humanity, right? We tend to put ourselves in these cycles, and it's kind of like, hey, pause for a second and look at what it is that you're doing. If this is not working, if that is not working, why do you think it's going to work the next 100 times that you do it? Because it's not. It's not going to. Something has to change, even if it's just turning your head 5 degrees to look at something differently. Right? I cannot pretend that I'm going to be looking forward and expect to be able to see what is happening behind me. And let's not talk about cameras and things like that. I'm just talking about like if you're by yourself with no phone, no nothing, all right? And you're looking forward, and you want to see exactly what somebody is doing or what's happening behind you, you're not going to see by continuing looking forward. And it's the same thing. If you want to look forward and you continue to look back, you're going to miss what's in front of you. And you're going to end up hitting a wall every single time. And that's kind of like what you guys are being asked to look at. You want change. You want things to change. Then make the change. So let's go ahead and let's pull out a few tarot cards just to clarify. We have the Page of Swords, the Three of Wands in the reverse, and then the Three of Swords in the upright. Excuse me. You're not wanting to. I said the Three of Swords in the upright. The Three of Swords is in the reverse. I'm sorry, guys. You're wanting it because it's like, and I just glimpsed at it or whatever. You're wanting change, and you're being told what has to change, and the fact that the change is something you have to do, you don't want to do it. You want someone else to change first before you change. Your change in any situation should never be attached to someone else's action. And if it is, you're always going to find yourself in the same exact situation, just with different people. It's just that simple. If you want your situation to change, you have to make that change. You have to take that step, that first step towards what it is that you want. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull out a love energy card. Now, this doesn't have to be necessarily romantic relationships. This can be any relationship in your life. Your relationship with yourself, with family members, etc. Your passion for your job, your career. So what is in the love energy for Gemini, Cancer, Cusp? We have Cupid's arrow. Have faith. Love is coming. Can you stop that, Ms. Zena? Surprise invitation or meeting, hesitation. So again, when we talk about having faith for something to come, when you're waiting, when you're excited, or you're trying to wait for something, or you're wanting something to change, there is no coming into it, let's put it this way, if you're hesitant, right? When you analyze the situation in your life and you see what could be changed in order to help the situation, if you're hesitant to act on it, the situation is going to remain the same, and that's just a fact. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to pull out an oracle card for your closing message. So just one card, Spirit. One card for Gemini, Cancer, Cusp. We have the Shaman, trust in higher forces. So whatever guidance is coming to you, whether they're coming to you in dreams and meditations, whether it is through prayer, whatever it is, trust, right? If you get that little glimpse of what it is that you're being advised to do at this moment in time to help, to change a situation, it is going to be something that you are going to have to do. So do not run away from it, and trust that the guidance that is coming in to you and for you at this moment in time is what is best. Well, guys, that is all that I have. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Love you all. Mwah. Bye-bye.